Good evening and welcome to Maple Mountain High School for tonight's final game before region play for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Tonight, the Golden Eagles are at home for the 10-0 Pleasant Grove Vikings, fresh off of a four-game tournament in California where they won all four of those games. Maple Mountain coming off of a 2-1 trip down to St. George in the Coach Walker Classic. As we welcome in, I'm Ryan Pickens, alongside my partner in the booth, Jerry Huffman. And Jerry, the final game before league play begins in Region 8, and there's probably some things, if you're Coach Abbott, you want to figure out tonight.
You know, this is a big test of where this team is at, because this Pleasant Grove team is no joke. You know, they are, 10-0, and there's almost this very same team battled for the state championship 5A last year.
Just coming up short to Lone Peak, who took the 5A state championship home. As we're just about ready for tip-off, Maple Mountain's going to start Jaron Hall, Jake Dixon, Abe Durant, number 35, Cade Paulson, and Bryson Anderson. On the other side for the Vikings of Pleasant Grove, it's going to be Riley Court, Taylor Bott, number 44. It's going to be Keegan Kuhn, number 35. And tip is won early and controlled by Jaron Hall in the backcourt. They're also going to Pleasant Grove will also start.
That was a huge tip by number 30, but we were able to come up with it. He was sky high above a Maple Mountain player.
Durant goes to the basket where he is fouled, and Abe Durant's going to go to the free throw line here 16 seconds in where he's going to shoot two.
You know, Abe Durant has come on strong the past two games down there at that Classic in St. George. I think he was averaging double-doubles for those two games.
The first foul against Bott, and Durant hits the first of two free throws, and the Golden Eagles up to an early 1-0 lead. The final two starters for Pleasant Grove is Brody Childs and Hayden Wall, and that one is missed and pulled down by Riley Court.
Now, Riley Court's their big gunner, averaging about 25 points a game, something like that.
He's also about 8 rebounds a game, and he got his first one earlier. Here's Court as he sends it in the corner. It's going to be Kuhn in the corner, back to the top of the screen to Wall. Here's Court down the lane. Jumper is going to be off. Rebound is controlled by Bryson Anderson, and Maple Mountain's going to run. Here's Jaron Hall. He's going to go to the rim, lays it up, and count the basket.
That's what I like to see from Jaron Hall early in the game, forcing the issue. Take it to the other team. Be physical.
And Hall gets down the court in a hurry and is able to lay that one in. He'll go to the free throw line, as the first foul there goes against Hayden Wall. Maple Mountain likes to run, and so they'll definitely test the transition defense of Pleasant Grove tonight. And Hall hits the free throw. He's got 3 quick ones.
You know, I trust Maple Mountain speed against this Pleasant Grove team, who looks like they have a little bit of size advantage over us.
7:02 to go, first quarter, and that one's going to be passing in the. Looks like Court fell, and the ball goes out of bounds. That's going to be a Pleasant Grove turnover. So Maple Mountain already up 4-0. A chance here to see if they can add to it as Bryson Anderson inbounds to Jaron Hall. It's Anderson on the wing. Over to Dixon now in the corner. Cade Paulson, he's going to take a long two, and he hits.
Nice. Getting hot early.
In fact, I correct that. That's a 3 for Paulson. And Maple Mountain's off to an early 7-0 lead. You have to wonder if Randy McAllister won't think about using a timeout. Here's Bott inside. He's going to miss the easy two. Anderson pulls the rebound, and we're going to get a foul on the backcourt. And it looks like that's going to be Keegan Kuhn, and that will be his first.
Got a little tangled up there. That was a 3 by Paulson.
Yeah, I thought it was a long 2, but it looks like it was ruled a 3.
And we'll take that.
7-0 Maple Mountain, as it's Jake Dixon with the ball at the top of the key.
Nice crossover.
Hall back up. Here's Abe Durant. Bryson Anderson sets the ball over to Jaron Hall. Hall back up. Dixon at the top of the key. It's Paulson for a deep 3. That one's going to be off and quickly rebounded by Pleasant Grove, and here come the Vikings. It's going to be Court into the front court. He's going to try to get in the middle of the bot. Kicked it in the corner. 3 for
that was in and out.
Kuhn, and that one just couldn't go down. Paulson quickly the other way. Hall is able to keep control. Durant against Bott. Bott with 1 already. Anderson's going to throw up a 3. That one's too long. Rebound pulled down there by Brody Childs.
Yeah, he had to get that one off quick. He had a Viking in his face.
Inside bot, and we're going to get, it looks like a push, and I think they're going to get Abe Durant for his first.
That's the first team foul for Maple Mountain.
And then we'll go against Abe Durant. Vikings set to inbound the basketball. Wide open in the corner is going to be a three, and that's nothing but net for Hayden Wall.
Oh, you can't leave him wide open.
So the Vikings get on the board, cut the Maple Mountain lead to 4 here in the first period. Hall with it at the top. Gets it over to Jake Dixon. Dixon trying to drive. We're going to get a push here, and this one's going to go against Riley Court, and that's his first.
Nice job. Dixon forcing the issue. He brought that left hand down to put 2 hands on, and that's automatic.
So a quick start tonight for Maple Mountain, especially after the long layover. They haven't played a game since that game up at the Coach Walker Classic, and that's a layup for Abe Durant inside.
Oh, he takes it right into the trees.
Durant with 3 here in the early going. That one's thrown away. Here comes Jaron Hall. Hall, we're going to get a whistle, and a carry against Jaron Hall is going to turn that one over.
Saying he trapped it on his hip.
We'll try to see here. So we'll check out the Car Guys instant replay here. There's Hall with them. There it is. It looks like that. Close.
He pinched it on his massive pectoral muscle there.
And the Vikings with the basketball at the top, trying to get inside the bot. They do. Left-handed layup is good. So the first basket tonight.
I know. Looked like he set up camp down there for a little while.
Here's Dixon. He's going hard, and that's going to be an offensive foul against Dixon.
You have got to be kidding me.
Bot stood in there, but kind of a late call there.
I thought Bot slid in there. Yep. Well.
That back foot, that back right foot was still maybe not 100% set, but.
I am partial to Maple Mountain, I'm not going to lie. I might have maroon colored glasses on.
9-5 Pleasant Grove here in the first quarter.
So that was Dixon's first foul. I don't expect him to get out of the first half without 3 at least.
Here's a 3 on the way is good, and that's Keegan Kuhn for 3. And Pleasant Grove is warming up very quickly as Kuhn hits the 3. Hall gets into the front court. Here's Polson on the wing, dumps it inside Dixon. Dixon immediately double teamed, gets it back out to Polson. Polson's going to go to the basket, floated up. That one's long. A lot of contact. Hall comes flying in, banks it in, and count the basket and the foul. Hall with 5 early points, really sparking right now that offense for Maple Mountain. So on the Car Guys instant replay, Hall just finds his probably the one open spot there in the lane and gets it to go.
All right, Bot, he is a lane closer.
Hayden Wall just picked up his second personal.
And Jaron Hall completes the 3-point play.
So an early as it's going to be Hayden Wall and Taylor Bott going to go head to the bench for Pleasant Grove.
Now, I don't know if I would pull Bott out if I was Pleasant Grove. He has caused a lot of altered shots inside.
Riley Court brings the basketball up, and the Vikings will set up their offense. Into the game is Daniel Deal, number 20. That's an inside post play, and that's a layup for Matt McCarty. Paulson right back the other way, and he gets his shot rejected by McCarty.
That's okay. He's forcing the issue. I like that. I like the tempo.
Going to be out of bounds to Maple Mountain. Garrett Griffin enters the game for Maple Mountain, set to inbound, gets it inside. It's going to be Durant, goes up and lays it in. A tough shot, good footwork, and he lays it in.
Durant has found his rhythm and his role with these Golden Eagles here.
Court over to Deal as Maple Mountain looks to settle into something like a 2-3 kind of a matchup zone. The Vikings will, I think, attempt to try to slow this game down a little bit here.
Is that Cromanhook in here for the Golden Eagles?
Yeah, Cromanhook looks in along with Garrett Griffin.
Oh, he's fun to watch battle down low.
On the baseline drive, it's Kuhn. Kuhn runs into a corner. He's double teamed by Eagles here, and he'll have to set it back up to the top. Deal over, it's going to be a 3 is long, and that one's going to be knocked away. It looks like we're going to get a foul.
Gotta be over the back, 35.
And it's going to be against the Vikings.
That is Kuhn's second.
Keegan Kuhn's second. That's also, I mean, Jerry, something to point out, the 6th team foul against Pleasant Grove. So, I mean, the next foul, Maple Mountain's going to be shooting free throws for the rest of the half.
In the first period, 6 already. I like how the Golden Eagles are being really aggressive.
Up at the top, it's Cade Polson, guarded. And now over to Garrett Griffin. Gets it inside. Durant's going to go to the basket. Left hand, that one couldn't go. Ball tipped around right to Polson. Polson down the lane, tried to do too much. Ends up in the hands of Durant, who lays it in. What looked to be a turnover, Durant in the right spot at the right time.
Abe Durant found his rhythm.
Durant.
Another valuable weapon for this Golden Eagle team.
Durant with 7 and the Golden Eagles by 6. Back here at the top, it's going to be Court. There's Deal, number 20 with the basketball. Moves it to the top, Brody Childs. In the middle, Court going to do a turnaround jumper. That one couldn't go. Rebound goes to the Vikings. Court will try a 3. That one's off. And Jaron Hall is going to run it down in the corner, but reaching in on the foul was Quinn Daly, number 21. And that's going to be the 7th, I believe.
I think he took one right in the chops. But that is the 7th foul.
That's the 7th foul. Daly's going to pick up his first.
There might be a little blood there on Jaron Hall.
We'd like to thank the Car Guys tonight for sponsoring our instant replay. You can visit the Car Guys at 872 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. Give them a call at 801-794-0077 or visit them online at thecarguysut.net.
So I guess Mark Mortensen is coming in for Jaron Hall to shoot the free throws. 1-and-1.
Mortensen's first is up and good.
More importantly, that's 3 fouls on Kuhn. And Keegan Kuhn, he is one of their deadly three-point shooters.
Mortensen's second is on its way and good. Eight-point lead for Maple Mountain as it was Court almost falling. He's going to drive. He's going to lose it on the way up. Krollman Hook with the steal. Here comes the Golden Eagles looking to run. It's Griffin to the basket. He lays it up and in.
Outstanding. Up and under by Garrett Griffin.
Griffin gets up, lays it in, and the Golden Eagles have a 10-point lead. And Pleasant Grove has played, I mean, they played 4 games within the last week. Here's Deal with it now in the opposite corner. In the middle, Daly's going to do a spin around jumper and hits it.
Yeah, we got to get those bodies out of the middle. I got that as Quinn Daly's first 2 of the game.
And 52 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Here's Krollman Hook. Over to Durant, back to the top. It's Garrett Griffin. Down the lane, jumper from the free throw line, floats up there and short.
I think it got tipped.
Rebounded by Court. Court gets it over Deal in the opposite corner. He'll try to drive baseline. He dribbled. It looks like it went right off his foot. Diving for it was Polson, but it's going to go, or no, Mortensen.
That was Mortensen.
But it's going to go out of bounds off Maple Mountain.
Love the hustle. Love the intensity.
31.9 to go in the first quarter. Vikings set to inbound. They'll go to the top of the key. A wide open 3 is good, and that's Deal.
Nice down screen by Daly to free Deal.
And the Vikings back within 5 here. Maple Mountain will, looks like, hold for the final shot. Here's Cade Polson at the top of your screen.
You know, the best thing about this first quarter, Riley Court held to 3 points.
Mortensen over to Griffin. Griffin around the Durant screen. He'll pop a 3. That one banks it home.
Off the glass. The bank is open.
The final shot is up, and it's going to go off the backboard for Daniel Deal. But a big 3 coming at the end by Garrett Griffin as he banks it home. As you're seeing that on the Car Guys instant replay, and that's how we end the first quarter. A 3-pointer by Garrett Griffin. At the end of the first quarter from Maple Mountain High School, it's the Golden Eagles 23, the Vikings of Pleasant Grove 15. You're watching high school sports on the Spanish Fork Community Network. Start of the second quarter here at Maple Mountain High School, and the Golden Eagles are leading the Pleasant Grove Vikings 23-15 at the end of one. And Jerry, we saw a lot of aggressive play from Maple Mountain, and that led to 17 fouls and an 8-point lead.
Hey, if they can keep this going all 4 quarters, I'll be happy. You know, we just saw Jaron Hall go into the locker room, get a little, I think he might have a little bloody nose or something like that, get that fixed, get our field general back out on the court.
Vikings basketball to open the second quarter, and it's Riley Court at the top. He had 3 points in the first quarter. That one's going to be a loose ball, rebounded by Bott inside. He's going to go up strong, lays it in, and the foul.
That is a big body inside there.
And you see that one, he just goes right back up there on the Car Guys instant replay. And the foul going there against Dawson Butler is first. Bott's free throw is good. Bott with 5 right now to lead the Vikings. Garrett Griffin with the basketball, bringing it up for Maple Mountain.
Full press, or picked up full court or half court. Looks like the Pleasant Grove Vikings want to press just a little bit, see if they can get a turnover.
Griffin with it, back across court. It's Butler, puts it on the floor. Griffin for 3, and that one's long. Rebound going to go to Cromanhook. Dixon will fire up a 3, and that one's off.
You know, Butler is 6'5", just a sophomore, but he needs to finish that play. He had an open lane. At 6'5", he could have thrown that down.
Court takes it to the rim and gets it to roll right into the basket.
Can't get him started.
And it looks like on the roster he's actually down as James Court, number 4. 6:50 to go. Bryson Anderson goes to the basket and turns it over there. It's thrown away. Deal with it, dribbles into the front court. Deal sets it up, gets it in the corner. A 3 is short.
Way short.
And rebound goes to Maple Mountain and Cromanhook. Anderson with it into the front court. Maple Mountain will try to set up their offense here. Bryson Anderson with it in the opposite wing corner.
You know, the Golden Eagles look in a little bit of disarray without Polson or Hall on the court.
Anderson down the lane, couldn't get the floater to go. A lot of contact inside, but no call. Here's Court into the front court for Pleasant Grove. So you get over to Deal. Deal with it, thought about it, but he'll now put it on the court, and they'll try to set up the offense here as it's Court at the top of the key for Pleasant Grove.
You know, I like Coach Averett's strategy, putting Jake Dixon on court. Jake Dixon is an excellent defender. Giving up a little size, but I guarantee you he'll not get inside with Jake Dixon there.
That ball being moved around. Pleasant Grove willing to take their time. As Brody Childs, number 30, back in the game, and he'll get it back up top to Court. This is probably the slowest pace part of the game we've seen so far, as Pleasant Grove trying to find their shot.
And once again, I want to call for a shot clock in high school basketball.
Court gets a screen from Bott. He's now double teamed, almost threw it away. Here's a screen down the lane, and the layup is good for Daniel Deal. He's got 5. And the Vikings back within 1 here, under 5 to play in this before halftime. 23-22. Jake Dixon with it at the top of the screen, goes around Cromanhook, back to Dixon. Dixon drives baseline, throws it at Cromanhook, able to grab it before Anderson. Ball loose, gets it over Griffin in the corner.
Well, Golden Eagles
Griffin
scoreless.
throws it away, and here comes Pleasant Grove.
I think we'll
Court
see
over to Bott, and we're going to get a foul. It looks like this is going to go
charging nice
against Court.
That's 2 fouls on Court. I like that. You know, if we see the Vikings take the lead here, I expect Coach Averett will call a timeout, try and reset the offense, try and figure out what Pleasant Grove is doing here.
As Abe Durant and Cade Polson return. .426 to go before halftime. Here's Bryson Anderson over to Cade Polson. Polson to
nice
Durant,
move.
Cromanhook lane right there for the layup.
Nice screen and roll by Cromanhook there.
Cuts the lead back within 3, and a turnaround jumper by Court.
I'm sorry, that was pretty.
Back within 1. Cromanhook over to Polson. Polson's going to take a deep 3, and he got it. 3 for Cade Polson. He's got 6.
2 3-pointers for Cade Polson. 2-point lead for the Golden. 4-point lead.
3 on the opposite corner. Dixon pulls the rebound. Eagles looking to run. It's Dixon. Gets it to Anderson, who lays it up and in.
Way to run.
And this is going to get a timeout by Randy McAllister, and I'm surprised he hasn't gotten one in the first quarter, but he'll use his first timeout here to get a quick word with his team.
How quickly it swings. How quickly it swings. You know, it was just down to a 2-point lead for the Golden Eagles, and all of a sudden back up to 6.
At the end of tonight's game, we'll name the MVP Sports MVP of the game. You can visit MVP Sports at 72 North Main Street. You can give them a call at 801-798-3587 or visit them at mvpsportsutah.com.
You know, I say this every time we announce, but MVP Sports is a great place to go pick up your equipment. You know, if you for kids of all ages, all the way from, you know, third grade all the way up to high school, and I guess old man softball too. I play that as well.
Well,
but I always check MVP first. Great prices and great selections.
And we thank MVP Sports and our other sponsor, the Car Guys, for sponsoring our instant replay, bringing these games possible to you, to everyone at home. There's a back cut and a layup couldn't go. Jake Dixon pulls the rebound. Dixon dribbles quickly into the front court all the way. Ooh, layup couldn't go. Rebound goes to Hayden Wall, who's in there with 2 fouls. Wall dribbles into the front court, gets it back over to Court, who now will set up the offense. Here's Wall down the lane. He'll now set it back up. 3:02 to go in the first half. Bott with it in the mid post against Cromanhook. He runs Cromanhook over, left the floater short, and getting the rebound is Abe Duran as it bounced around for a while. And it's Cade Polson now to the front court. He'll pull up and pop a 3. That one's long. Cromanhook in great position for the rebound. Dixon will try a 3 and banks it in.
The second bank 3-pointer for the Golden Eagles, as you saw the one from Garrett Griffin at the end of the first.
And a 9-point lead coming for Maple Mountain. The Golden Eagles here are doing a nice job so far in this one. Wall lost it on the ground, and that's going to be a loose ball. Maple Mountain's going to pick it up. It's a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Maple Mountain.
Looks like Hall's coming back in. Let's see. Polson's going to sit down. Nope, not Polson. Looks like that's going to be Bryson Anderson is going to take a break.
So not a bad time to make some substitutions here as we get closer to halftime. (33-24) in favor of the Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain as Jaron Hall comes back onto the floor. He had 6 points earlier in the game before leaving to take care of what appeared to be an injury. Here's Cromanhook in the high post. Over to Durant. Durant against Bott. Tries to go baseline. Almost dribbled it out of bounds. Kept it in, though. Here's Hall. Deep
Bott.
3. Got it.
Oh, Jaron Hall.
And that's when you know you're feeling it, when everything you're coming off your hands is good. And that extends the lead to 12. Back the other way. The Vikings hit a 3, as that's Brody Childs, his first bucket of the night. Oh, sorry, Daniel Deal on the 3, and there's a turnover against Jaron Hall, as Hall's going to get called for another carry. So, over and back.
Oh, he crossed the timeline, I guess.
Yeah. And now we're going to have
little explanation for Coach Averett.
And it looks like a stern warning coming from one of the officials here.
The feet can go over and back as long as the ball doesn't. So that might be what has Coach Averett concerned or questioning the call.
1:40 to go here. Vikings bringing the basketball up with Court. Court gets it over to Deal. Deal's trying to get in a cross-court pass over to Hayden Wall. And a traveling violation against Wall. That's going to be a Viking turnover here. And this final minute 29 could be big for either team. For Pleasant Grove to try to find their way to cut the deficit down, or Maple Mountain could try to get their final one. Deal falls to the ground as the student section like that crossover. And
looks like they're going to get hauled for this one. Someone put a shoulder into him. There's going to be a little conversation inside. Good.
And that's
so inside, Hall tried to cut and got a shoulder.
And that's going to go against Keegan Kuhn, and that's his third.
That's 4 on Kuhn. I got that as 4. I guess I could be wrong, though.
I think that is 3. I'm going to think. I don't know. Maybe it is 4, but Hall will go to the line.
The board has it as
his first one's up and good. Hall with 10 points. And it's good to see Jaron Hall have a game where he kind of takes control and has a breakout game.
When you get him upset, he has a good game, and definitely punching someone in the face, that'll get you upset.
11 points now for Hall, as it's James Court into the front court.
Croman Hook doing an outstanding job of keeping Bott out of the lane.
Pleasant Grove trying to find that shot, but that looks like that zone defense doing a nice job against Pleasant Grove. On the drive, a jumper, and that's good, and that's Hayden Wall. Back the other way, Dixon right underneath the basket. He's going to pull it back out here with 47 seconds to play. Here's Abe Durant at the top. Cade Paulson will come and get it with 42 on the clock.
Oh, I think we're going to have some stall ball here. Golden Eagles want the last shot.
So we'll see here as they do. It's going to be Hayden Wall guarding Cade Paulson. Jaron Hall will come get it. Deal will pick up him in the front court. As 20 seconds to go. Eagles spread in and out. Croman Hook, and it looks to be Durant on the corner baselines. Dixon and Paulson to the wing sides. Here's Dixon on the baseline drive. He's going to kick it out. Croman Hook. Back cross court for Hall. 5 seconds to shoot. Paulson puts it up. Block. Block gets the ball. Here comes Pleasant Grove at the buzzer. That one is just short. And at the end of one half here from Maple Mountain High School, it's the Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain 38 and the Pleasant Grove Vikings 29. You're watching high school basketball on the Spanish Fort Community Network.
Assistant Drum Mistresses, Principal Moore, Secretary Tori Little Historian. The elevators are coached by Molly Frenchley, Marcy Height, and Mark Carolina.
back here at halftime. Ryan Pickens and Jerry Huffman with you. Golden Eagles lead this one at 38-29. We want to take a quick moment and thank our sponsors. We have the Car Guys at 872 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. Their phone number is 801-794-0077 or online at thecarguysut.net.
And we also have MVP Sports, 72 North Main Street, 801-798-3587 or mvpsportsutah.com.
As we thank our sponsors tonight. I mean, what a game we have. Last year's matchup, the Pleasant Grove Vikings able to get the victory up in Pleasant Grove, and they got it in a somewhat convincing fashion. And tonight, so far through one half, Jerry, it's a lot different of a game.
It is. I mean, last year's Pleasant Grove team fought in the state championship for 5A against Lone Peak, but eventually lost that one. It's pretty much the same team this year, and for Maple Mountain to be up by 9 points, incredible.
It's been an incredible first half. We've seen great performances from Jaron Hall, who has 11 points. And you talk about the energy, and the thing with this Maple Mountain team is it's not just one guy. It seems like each game that we do or each game that we see, it's a different guy stepping up. And you talk about the chemistry and just the pressure that takes off some scorers, Jerry, when, okay, if I'm not having the best night, I know that my teammate Bryson will or somebody else here, as we see Jaron Hall nail that three.
Exactly. You know, Cade Polson's usually the scorer on this team. He has 6 points. But then we have Abe Durant. You know, Abe Durant with 7 points. Garrett Griffin with 10 points. Oh, sorry, 5 points. I was looking at Jaron Hall. Jaron Hall with 10 points. You know, everyone has a role on this team, and it's nice that they are that evenly balanced.
Now Maple Mountain hits the road this next week to open up region play. They'll head to Provo on Tuesday night to play the Bulldogs, and then next Friday night they'll be at Salem Hills, and both of those teams are, going to be competitive. This whole region looks to be very competitive, especially, a Provo team last year that played Maple Mountain in a playoff game or a play-in game to get to the state tournament and beat the Golden Eagles by 2.
You know, another key stat on how good these Pleasant Grove Vikings are. They have 3 wins over 3 region teams already this year in our region. You know, they beat Springville 57-48, Salem Hills 81-63, and Payson 81-61.
So a very good, strong start for Pleasant Grove. They'll need all the preparation they can get in a very tough Region 4. American Fork looks to be very good. With the way the Lehigh has been playing, they look to be very good. And Jerry, most importantly, there's that team up there called Lone Peak that has dominated Region 4, and I guess you could probably say the rest of the state of Utah.
Oh, yeah. I see Lone Peak taking it again this year.
It's going to be a great second half we have coming up for you from Maple Mountain. We're going to take a short break. You're watching high school basketball on the Spanish Fork Community Network. We're at halftime. Golden Eagles lead 38-29. Start of the third quarter here at Maple Mountain High School. Golden Eagles 38, Pleasant Grove 29. As the Vikings get the basketball first and they get it into the high post. Back up a 3 from the opposite wing. That one doesn't go. Tipped in. That one didn't go. And Jake Dixon pulls the rebound and will settle it now into the front court.
And no time wasted. He runs the half court, sets up the offense.
Ooh, Durant had Dixon on a back cut, but gets it back out to Hall. Polson thought about it, pulls it back here, and Hall will set up the offense. Polson drives, floats it up. That's going to be an offensive foul against Cade Polson.
That is Cade Polson's first foul, I believe.
The first foul against Polson, and also the first foul of the second half against Maple Mountain. And a big story in that first half was Maple Mountain found a way to get Pleasant Grove in a little bit of foul trouble and put some of those key players on the bench.
Yep, Keegan Kuhn has 3 fouls. And Riley Court, their big scorer, with 2.
Opposite wing corner, here is Court. Court jumps it into Bott guarded by Durant. Cross-court pass, a 3 for Kuhn is good.
Can't give him that much time sitting on that spot. Got to move him off that spot.
Keegan Kuhn having himself a nice game and brings the lead to 6 here for Maple Mountain. Dixon back cut, Durant lays it in, count the basket and the foul.
Nice play by Abe Durant. He has come so far this year for this team.
And the foul there going against Bott. That's his second. As you saw in the Car Guys instant replay, Dixon got the ball, just dropped it off to a nice backdoor for Durant. And the free throw is good. So Durant now with 10. And a 9-point lead for Maple Mountain here early in the third quarter. Vikings moving the basketball at the top of the key. Back to the top, it's going to be Court. Court guarded by Dixon, but it's got Hall relatively close. Court's going to cut through into the opposite corner, and Bryson Anderson picks him up. Court, for the majority tonight, has been stuck about 3 feet behind the three-point line. They haven't given him very many easy looks. Here's Bott inside. He lays it up and in.
That is a big body inside there.
Just a finesse. It looked like kind of a drop step, and he just laid it in.
You know, I'd do a little hack-a-bot, I think. Let's see. Let's test him from the line. We got 5 fouls to give each player. You can't take him home.
So Golden Eagles moving at the top. Durant's going to try a deep three. Why not? And he buries it.
Abe Durant hitting from everywhere on the court.
Pass deep into the post. Bott there spins, banks it in. So Bott with 9 for Pleasant Grove, and right now this is setting up to be a slugfest in the second half. Polson down the lane, floats it in.
Nice job, Cade Polson. Love that floater shot.
Bott tried to take the charge, but a good no call there.
You know, that's one shot I would recommend working on for youngsters, is that in the lane floater. You know, you hardly ever get the clean stop and pop, but a floater is always there.
Bott runs over Durant, couldn't get it to go, gets his own rebound, goes up again. That one couldn't go. Loose ball going to be rebounded by Pleasant Grove, and losing it on the way up was Kuhn, but they're going to get, it looks like, a foul against.
Oh, looks like they're going to get Durant.
Against Durant, and Coach Randy McAllister wanting a pretty strong explanation there from the Pleasant Grove bench.
That's 2 fouls on Abe Durant.
And Bott's going to go to the bench.
Why take Bott out of the game? I don't understand. I'm not going to argue, but why would you take that big body out of the game?
James Court gets a layup on the other end. It's Dixon and one.
Dixon. I love to watch that kid play.
Dixon with now 5 points, keeping that lead at 10. We'll see on the Car Guys instant replay. They went for the steal, didn't get it, and Dixon takes it all the way and gets the foul there against Matt
McCarty, his first.
48-38, Maple Mountain on top.
See, there's the intangibles right there. Jaron Hall coming up and directing everybody before the shot is taken, just so the Golden Eagles know where they're going to be on defense.
And the free throw's off. Rebound goes to Pleasant Grove. Here's Court in the front court. Over here as the Vikings will try to move the basketball around.
Look at that defense by Jake Dixon.
And Court throws it away.
That is why Court has so few points and just threw the ball away. Jake Dixon is like a fly that just always there.
Daniel Deal's going to get to the bench, and actually James Court is going to go to the bench. Randy McAllister wasn't happy with that last turnover. He kind of slammed the ball down hard on the sideline there before handing it to the official, and so that's going to be a turnover here, and Maple Mountain's going to have the ball trying to add to their 10-point lead.
You know, that's nice to see as a coach that you instill discipline in your players, mental discipline, not to get too high when things are good or too low when things are bad. Nice and steady.
Paulson missed the three. Vikings now with it in the front court. And that pass is high, and that was thrown away. Brody Childs threw a pass about 1.5 feet, maybe 2 feet over the head of Daniel Deal. And it looks like they're actually going to say it was touched by Maple Mountain because the ball is going to stay here with Pleasant Grove. So Vikings have the basketball. At the top of your screen is Hayden Wall, number 24. Wall with the basketball, skip pass over. Deal left open in the corner. He is short on this one. Kroman hook quickly clears it out to Polson. Polson in the front court, out to Jaron Hall for three, and that one's off. Rebound goes to Deal.
Short. Nice transition defense by the Golden Eagles on a long rebound.
Drops inside McCarty and count the basket. Matt McCarty got a tough shot to go, and the foul was committed there, as we see on the Car Guys instant replay. Croman Hook looks like just got enough of the body there.
Yeah, it looks like the feet got a little bit tangled.
The first foul against Croman Hook. Of course, we'd like to thank the car guys at 872 North Main Street for sponsoring our instant replays. You can visit the car guys there at their location on North Main Street. Give them a call at 801-794-0077 or online at thecarguysut.net. And that one's going to go off of Pleasant Grove as Quinn Daly went to grab it, and it just went off his fingertips and out of bounds. And the ball's going to go here to the Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain. Golden Eagles with the ball in the front court. It's Cade Polson guarded by Deal. Garrett Griffin in the game now for Maple Mountain. He's going to get the ball on the opposite wing. He's going to drive and now lost it on his way up, and it's stolen by Pleasant Grove. Here come the Vikings running the other way in the corner. Deal thought about the three. He won't shoot it. Now they'll try to set up the offense. It's going to be Hayden Wall running point as both Bott and Court are on the bench for Pleasant Grove.
It's a good time for the Golden Eagles to
back cut and a catch and a throw. Well, not really a throwdown, but I guess a dunk by McCarty. And that cuts the lead to 6.
That was pretty. Gotta admit, that was pretty.
Vikings slowly creeping their way back in now. Court will make his way to the table to check back in. Here's Cade Polson. Polson over to Hall in the corner. Hall will dribble back to the top, and looks like they'll reset the Golden Eagles offense here with 2:30 to play in the third quarter.
You know, you think the Golden Eagles can take advantage of
Anderson's three is blocked out of bounds.
That big body in the middle being gone. It looks like Abe Durant is coming in just to do that.
And so at 2:22, we're going to have a timeout on the floor, and right now, a 30-second timeout. Right now, Jerry, I mean, Jaron Hall making a very good case for our MVP Sports Player of the Game.
Yeah. Jaron Hall, I like that.
Not bad. I think there's other people, I mean, obviously, that could go with right now, but MVP Sports sponsoring our MVP Sports Player of the Game at 72 North Main Street. You can give them a call at 801-798-3587 at mvpsportsutah.com. Jerry, I mean, any other candidates you want to throw out there right now? I mean, there are a few you could go with. Abe Durant having a good game, obviously.
I think so, Abe Durant. But, yeah, I think you're right. Jaron Hall getting popped in the mouth kind of, got his ire up if he were Irish.
And so right now, Golden Eagles get the basketball in off the timeout. Croman Hook's going to pop a three. That one's long. Rebound goes to Quinn Daly, and here come the Vikings once again. Back into the game, it's Court. He's going to go all the way to the basket there. That one's long. Jaron Hall in there fighting for the rebound. Court hits the deck. Here's Hall into the front court. Croman Hook down the lane. He lost it out of bounds, but it's going to go off the Pleasant Grove Vikings, and it will stay there with Maple Mountain.
Nice to see Maple Mountain still forcing the issue.
Now, I mean, Jerry, it's one thing to want to play fast and up-tempo, but you have to watch out not to play too out of control as well.
Oh, exactly. Exactly. There's a delicate balance to setting up your half-court offense and getting transition points.
Paulson's three rims out, and the Vikings will run. Daly with it, cross-court pass. Here's Wall. Wall tries to drop it in the middle. It's stolen away by Griffin. It's Griffin running with Croman Hook and Hall. It will be Jaron Hall who lays it in.
Nice behind the back by Garrett Griffin. I love to see great assists.
And that stretches the Golden Eagle lead back to 8 here in the third.
That's Hall's first points of the half.
And here's the rebound, goes to Croman Hook. Abe Durant with it in the front court. He hit a three earlier, so Pleasant Grove going to have to pick him up pretty quick, and they do. Yep. Griffin inside Durant.
Court only has 7 points in the ball game.
Against Court, Durant goes up, couldn't get it to go. So they've held Court down pretty good tonight, Jerry. Wall gets blocked by Croman Hook,
and then he hits it.
Oh, boy, that was quite a heads-up play. We'll see if we can see that one coming up here quickly on a Car Guys instant replay.
I don't know about player of the game, but that is definitely right now the play of the game.
There's the block. Croman Hook with the left-hand swipe right off of Hayden Wall. And that is a great heads-up play. Durant gets it into Hall. Hall gets it back on the kind of the handoff and lays it in.
Nothing beats speed like that.
Golden Eagles back up by 10. 42 seconds to go, third quarter. In the corner, here's Bott against Cromanhook. He's quickly double teamed. Kicks it back out. It's going to be a three, and that's good by Quinn Daly.
Nice inside out by Pleasant Grove right there.
Valuable if your big man can step out and hit a three. Here's Jaron Hall, hard guarded by Deal. Paulson will get it back to Hall with 14 left to play in the quarter. Hall tries to get around Deal. Now they'll give it back to Paulson. Paulson guarded by Court. Paulson thought about it, drops it inside. Durant, double team, back out. Paulson, 2 to shoot. Gonna have to kick it back, turnover, and Deal will catch it as the buzzer expires. But at the end of 3 complete here from Maple Mountain High School, it's the Golden Eagles 52 and the Pleasant Grove Vikings 45. You're watching high school basketball on the Spanish 4 Community Network. You're watching high school sports here on the Spanish 4 Community Network. Ryan Pickens alongside Jerry Huffman, and the fourth quarter has arrived, Jerry, and now Maple Mountain a chance to close this one out as Jake Dixon's layup gets stuck, and that's going to be a jump ball, which will give the ball back to Pleasant Grove.
You know, if the Golden Eagles can keep this intensity through the fourth quarter, I think they can get the win here.
And we've seen it a couple of times this year. I mean, being honest, Maple Mountain struggled in that fourth quarter, closing games out.
You know, that Lehigh game was a heartbreaker. Heartbreaker.
Court with the basketball, tries to get it into Deal. He does, and Deal spins and lays it in. So Deal now with 7. The Vikings back within 5 here in the final 7.5 minutes of this one. Abe Durant, baseline. Bott tries to take the charge. No call, and Durant lays it in.
I don't think the ref's going to fall for that one. He's got a good 50 pounds on Cromanhook.
Kicks it out, a 3 on the way again. That's Daly, he missed it. Bott tried to get the rebound over Dixon, but he knocks the ball into the hands of Sam Cromanhook. And with 7 minutes here, Bryson Anderson goes into the front court. Anderson picked up by Deal, and Deal lost it. We're going to get a foul against Bryson Anderson. It looks like they're going to get him with a push. That's going to be Anderson's first. But not a lot of fouls here in the second half.
I don't know. I didn't have the same angle that the striped shirt did, though.
Yeah.
I tell you, that's a hard job. So I tried not to judge the stripes out there.
6:50 to go.
There's that backdoor cut again.
And it will work again as Brody Childs gets the basket to go. Childs with 5 points on the night. Up at the top, here's Abe Durant over to Cade Polson. Polson's going to pop a 3. This would be big, and it rolls in. Hit the front of the iron, the backboard, and rolled in. And a huge 3. Bott back the other way is fouled, and they're going to get Cade Polson on the foul, looks like.
Good foul, good foul. Let's see if Bott can get his points from the line. I'm a big fan of Hackabot when you got someone that big inside.
Polson hit the big 3 there to extend the lead out to 8, and they're going to get Abe Durant with the foul.
Okay, and it's not a shooting foul. All right.
Here's Childs again down the lane. He's going to bank it in off the backboard. So Brody Childs now with 7 points, and the Vikings back within 6. Here's Dixon on the drive. The bank shot couldn't go, rebound, and the Vikings are going to look to run. Into the front court, it's Deal. Deal and Court right now, running the back court for Pleasant Grove. Here's Court against Dixon. Baseline drive and a layup tried by Childs. Durant there to affect the shot enough, and it doesn't go. Polson into the front court, back out. Hall thought about it, up and down. Oh, a traveling violation. Hall got up just enough and then came back down on the pump fake there.
You know, I don't understand that. His left foot never left the ground. I don't understand that call.
And Court there on the play is hobbling, and he's not able to move that right knee of his.
Oh, it looks like a big old cramp in the back of his right thigh.
And
let's hope that's all it is.
He's going to be immediately looked at. He's able to run off the court under his own power. So hopefully everything with court is okay, because for Pleasant Grove, that would be a tough injury, especially with Region 4 play beginning next week. So Bryson Anderson back in after a quick rest to the bench. And with 5:45 to go here in the fourth quarter, Vikings with the basketball down by 6. Here's Hayden Wall into the front court. Wall goes around the screen, gets it. Here's Deal. Deal into Bott. Bott against Cromanhook. And Pleasant Grove will reset their offense here at the top.
You know, Cromanhook's done a great job keeping the Vikings out of the post.
Bott will go down the lane, lays it up and in.
And as soon as I say that, what happens?
Bott got just enough spin on that to get it to go down. And it's back to a 4-point lead here for Maple Mountain. That one stole, just ripped away by Deal. Dixon from behind knocks it out of bounds, but it should stay here with the Vikings.
That hit our camera right next to us.
We had a ball during the JV game, Jerry, that bounced and came right up to us, and we just caught it. Standing right here before the game.
Lightning reflexes.
So a 4-point game set to inbound the basketball, and Bott goes to the ground, and a traveling violation. Randy McAllister looks like he wants some sort of foul call there.
Actually, he's talking to his player about something. I don't tell you, Bott hit the ground. It shook the whole gym. That is a big boy.
That one's knocked away almost by Pleasant Grove, but Jaron Hall right there to grab it with 4:48 to go in this one.
You know, refs are letting it get a little bit physical.
Polson shots a three, couldn't get it to go. And here comes the Vikings, a nice around the back by, that one didn't go. Loose ball, Bott gets the rebound, couldn't get it to go. Goes around for a third time, Paulson gets it. Here comes Maple Mountain. It's Paulson over to Dixon, who lays it in, count the basket and the foul.
Open the harm, Jake Dixon. Great transition basketball by the Golden Eagles.
And that's going to go against Hayden Wall, as we'll see here on the Car Guys instant replay. Good job by Polson.
Got 3 for Wall.
And then Dixon on the back cut just lays it up off the glass. Dixon a chance to make this a 7-point game. And the free throw off, rebound goes to Bott. Cromanhook reached in from behind, almost got the ball, but they're going to say he got a little too much of Court's arm. And so Cromanhook's going to pick up his second.
Good foul by Sam Cromanhook. Make him set up their offense. You got 5 fouls, you can't take them home with you.
In the middle of the key, that one couldn't go. Bott gets the rebound, and there's going to be a foul here. I think, again, this one's going to go against.
That might be Cromanhook once again.
I think that's very easily could be, and it is.
Yep. It's okay. Let's see what Bott can do from the line.
Only negative thing is now Pleasant Grove's in the bonus, so any foul the rest of the next 4-17, they're going to be shooting free throws on. So Bott's going to go to the line, shoot a 1-and-1. Bott with 11 points tonight. And his first one's on its way and good.
Okay, maybe Hackabot is not a good idea.
And so he's got 12 now. Pleasant Grove will cut the lead back to 4 here with just a little over 4 minutes to go. And these are the games, Jerry, where if you're a team like Maple Mountain, you're going to have to close these games out in region. Now would be a good time to close one out.
It is, and, you know, it looks like the Golden Eagles are starting to slow it down a little bit, which I completely disagree with.
Hall with it in the front court, picks up his dribble, and we're going to get, I think, a timeout by Coach Everett and the staff for Maple Mountain. At the end of tonight's game, we will select an MVP of the game presented by MVP Sports. Visit MVP Sports at 72 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. Give them a call at 801-798-3587 or visit them at mvpsportsutah.com. Of course, we'd like to thank all of our sponsors for making this game possible tonight Jerry, and we go down these next 3:58. What are going to be the keys for Maple Mountain to finish this one off?
You know, I think Maple Mountain needs to keep scoring. They need to keep attacking the basket, you know, and getting back on their transition defense.
This is a team right now with the way they're playing. They could turn some heads in Region 8 this year, have a good shot at finishing in the top half of the region. But the little things, and one of those things is that, like that loss at Lehigh, you would hope you take a loss in non-league play, you learn a very big lesson, and you apply that lesson in league play, and you finish off games. Because you get games against Provo and Salem Hills next week. Those are going to be big games. Only 4 teams go to the state tournament.
Yep, Salem Hills, outstanding team.
They'll have Porter Guston back for that one next Friday. Paulson set to inbound, gets it into Bryson Anderson. Pleasant Grove beginning to pick them up now. Seems like their defense from Pleasant Grove has gotten a lot more intense here since that timeout. Hall guarded by Deal on the perimeter.
Yeah, Pleasant Grove starting to feel the urgency of a 4-point deficit with 3:30 left to go.
Hall gets it in, back cut. Polson lays it in and couldn't get it to go. Kromenhoek tips it out to Anderson.
Smart play by Sam Kromenhoek.
Anderson takes a long 2 and hits.
Now that's 4 points for Anderson, but 2 key points right there. I expected him fully to bring that out and run more time off the clock.
Back to a 6-point Maple Mountain lead here as Deal with the basketball. Gets it, here's Court on the drive against Kromenhoek. That one floater couldn't go. Bott didn't get it. Kromenhoek comes away with it, and Cade Paulson now.
Nice help by Kromenhoek.
Wall went for the steal and didn't get it. Backdoor cut. Dixon runs the left guy over and a count the basket.
Jake Dixon.
And that actually was an offensive foul called against Jake Dixon. It goes the other way around.
I don't know.
And Vikings have the basketball under 3 to play. Deal with it on the high perimeter.
Did you just say deal with it?
I said, watch out, as once again a ball came over to us. Jerry, I was thinking the same thing when you said that. Did I just say deal with it? 61-55 Golden Eagle basketball after the turnover. And again, our reflexes here almost being tested here. At least it's not baseball, you know, where baseballs are flying at us. Paulson down the lane, count the basket. And that will be a block against Bott this time.
Nice job taking it to the rim.
Polson's got 10, and that's going to go against Bott.
You know, that's a quiet 10 by Cade Polson. You know, usually he comes in streaks of 10.
So Polson will head to the free throw line.
3 fouls on Bott. Well, I guess at this point will only matter if they go into overtime. Let's hope that does not happen.
And Polson hits the free throw. It's a 9-point lead for Maple Mountain here in the final couple minutes of this one. An 11-point game, and a signature win like this, and well, you don't want to say it's over yet because there's 2.5 minutes. But you know, if they can hold this one out, a signature win really sets them up well heading into that league schedule. Deal in the corner, hits a 3. Timeout, Pleasant Grove.
You know, if they can pull this game off, it will be a great game to be able to lean on when tough region play starts.
Deal with the big 3. I mean, Jerry, we were here a couple weeks ago for that Mountain View game, and a great performance by Brigham Bateman where he just started, you know, hitting 3 after 3 after 3 in this situation. If you're Maple Mountain, is there one guy in Pleasant Grove you're saying we need to watch him and make sure we know where he is at all times?
You know, at this point, I believe it would be Daniel Deal. You know, he's the one picking up the slack from Riley Court.
And we've seen Deal tonight hit a couple of big 3s here as the final non-region game before region play begins. And for any teams in state, your non-region schedule is to prepare you for region play, because at the end of the day, to make the state tournament, really your non-region games don't really have a factor.
Pleasant Grove is a well-rounded team. They can hit you inside and outside, and they have a good inside-out game. They'll dump it inside. If it's not there, they'll kick it right back for a 3-pointer.
64-58, Jake Dixon set to inbound the basketball. Dixon having a hard time getting it in, and he'll get it finally into Polson. Polson has to be a little urgent of a 10-second call here. And it looks like he got it. No, we're going to get
I think
a foul.
Riley Court was riding him down the court.
And that will be the third against Riley Court. That's only the 5th team foul against Pleasant Grove, so the Vikings still have some fouls to give. Dixon will inbound again and gets it into Durant. Durant picked up by Bott. 2:05 to go.
Durant has the big man out of the lane.
Durant gets it. Dixon on the drive. Is going to lay it up and in.
Jake Dixon. Dixon wants that MVP Sports Player of the Game.
A big bucket there by Dixon. Inside, Bott. Left-handed layup's good.
There is no defending that one. You know, if I was Pleasant Grove, I would try and get it to Bott early and often.
Polson doubled in the backcourt, now tripled. And I think Maple Mountain got a timeout in there.
Yeah, a lot of hand fighting going on in there.
1:36 to go in the fourth quarter. We'd like to thank the Car Guys at 872 North Main Street for sponsoring tonight's Car Guys Instant Replay and for doing it throughout our basketball season. You can visit them at 872 North Main Street or give them a call at 801-794-0077 or visit them online at thecarguysut.net. So, I mean, a big one here. 1:36, a 6-point game.
You know, that's just 2 3-pointers. Still way too close for me.
Well, and I think another kind of maybe small thing to think about if you're Pleasant Grove here, you still have 2 more fouls you have to give before they're shooting free throws.
Oh, and I'd use them up. And
so, I mean, it'll be interesting to see here how Randy McAllister wants to play this because he could foul early to get to the 7. And that's probably what he's going to have to do because Maple Mountain's going to be perfectly content here to take all the time in the world, I would think.
Right, and you do want to take a couple quick fouls to get in the 1-and-1 just in case it comes down to it. You're going to need to foul and get that and have a chance to get a rebound.
66-60, Maple Mountain leading Pleasant Grove.
Dixon
set to inbound, and there's a
35.
Get a hold, and that's
I think they got it.
Keegan Kuhn.
That's 4 on Kuhn. He had a hold of Jaron Hall's jersey.
And Kuhn's been one of those guys that stepped up and has hit a couple of big threes tonight. Pressure coming in the backcourt again, another hold. This one, I believe, against Daniel Deal.
Yep, that's still one more foul to give.
And that will now put Maple Mountain at the free throw line, it looks like here, as everyone's headed down there. So Hall will shoot a 1-and-1, and really for Maple Mountain, you got the right man at the free throw line.
Yep, but this is exactly what Pleasant Grove wants. They don't want time off the clock.
Hall with 15 points tonight. Has been feeling it from the three-point line tonight. Has hit a majority of his shots there. Now a key 1-and-1. First one's up and good.
Hall perfect from the line so far tonight. Hopefully that announcer jinx does not happen. Well, I'll hear it from his dad, Coach Kalen Hall, right there you just saw.
And the free throw on its way is good.
My life is saved.
So 17 points for Hall and an 8-point lead for Maple Mountain. 90 seconds to go in this one. Cross-court pass looking for Deal. He'll pop a 3. And that one rolled in and out. Loose ball out of bounds. It's going to go. Looks like they're going to say it went off of, it looks like Abe Durant.
What is the definition over the back? If you're taller than the other guy and can, I don't know.
Yeah.
And an elbow in the neck.
Yeah. There's a turnaround jumper for Court in the lane, and that brings the lead back to 6.
Cannot let him get on fire.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the MVP Sports of the game. Visit MVP Sports at 72 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. Give them a call at 801-798-3587 or visit them at mvpsportsutah.com. And Jerry, I mean, at this point, a little further in the game, I mean, as we start looking towards that MVP Sports Player of the game, obviously the next minute 17 could take a while, but definitely it seems like for Maple Mountain, sometimes you hate to just have to give one player of the game.
You know,
because there's a couple of guys you could give it to tonight.
There are. There is, of course, Jaron Hall. There's Cade Polson. But, you know, Sam Kromenhoek has done a great job inside. Jake Dixon's done a great job on court. You know, just those intangibles. I like to award the intangibles as well.
You know, especially in a game like basketball, you focus so much. You check the box score in the paper. Oh, how much did my favorite player have last night?
Right.
But there's so much more to basketball. You know, there's rebounds, there's assists, there's, we're going to shut down their leading scorer. Something like that. And so, I mean, there's a lot of different things. So I agree with you. I think sometimes too much is put on just who's the leading scorer. And tonight, I mean, Jake Dixon defensively has done a great job against Riley Court.
He has.
Court came in averaging between 22 and 25. He's only got 8 tonight. Durant gets it quickly to Dixon, who breaks the press. Dixon, Hall, Anderson with the layup.
Nice. It looks like they were trying to foul down here.
Pleasant Grove having to go somewhat quickly. There's a turnaround jumper for Wall. That one didn't go. Anderson's going to be quickly fouled, and he'll be fouled by Daniel Deal.
8-point lead for the Golden Eagles. 1 minute left to go. Goosebumps all around.
So now it comes down to making your free throws, especially when they count. Anderson tonight has 6 points. A quiet night, but when he's gotten those 6 points, it's been at pretty key moments.
Bryson Anderson out a lot last year with a knee injury, I believe. It's great to see him back on the court.
And Anderson misses the first. Kuhn pulls the rebound. Into the front court.
You know, we got to protect the three-pointer. I'll give up the 2 right here, but a 3.
Here's Court against Dixon. Court drives baseline. That was knocked
nice
out of
tip
bounds.
by Abe Durant.
Abe Durant able to play the passing lane there.
Looks like Coach Averitt wants to play the offensive game. Croman Hook coming in for defense.
45 seconds to go in this one. Pleasant Grove will inbound underneath their own basket here. And set to inbound. It looks like it'll be Hayden Wall, number 24. Wall looking to get it in. Gets it in. Court, a fadeaway jumper. That one rolled in and out. Polson pulls the rebound, and he's fouled by Deal.
He's not going to give it up. You know, Cade Polson always wants the ball in his hands at the end of the game, and that is what you want from your star.
And so right now, Cade Polson will go to the line. Now the next foul for Pleasant Grove will put Maple Mountain in the double bonus. The Golden Eagles have cleared out the free throw line, so they'll concede any miss here from Polson.
You know, this is a different Maple Mountain team that I have seen from before the break. No longer letting games come close in the fourth quarter.
Deal in the corner hits a big 3. And Deal now with 13 points, and that's a 5-point ball game with 30 seconds to go.
Deal was one of those names we mentioned. Got to put a body on him. You know, protect the perimeter, you know, and hack inside. I'd still throw a few fouls around.
Yeah, and I mean it's one of those things with 30 seconds to go. It comes down to free throws at this point. You make your free throws, you continue to extend that lead. If you miss your free throws, you're kind of opening that door to allow Pleasant Grove a chance to get back in this.
Yep. 2 big missed front ends of 1-and-1s by Dixon and by Cade Polson.
A lot of times it comes down to the little things in a game. I mean, no matter, in football we talk about turnovers, we talk about penalties that can stall drives. In basketball it's the same way. Missing those little front ends of 1-and-1s or things like that. In baseball, it's the error that the second baseman doesn't handle right. It's just something, the smallest thing sometimes can make a big difference.
That's the difference in a 9-point lead right now versus just a 5-point lead.
Yeah. Jaron Hall checking to make sure if he can go down or can move along the baseline, which he will. Dixon comes back, gets it back into the hands of Hall, and immediately fouling him was Aaron Sperry, number 32.
Now that's whose hands we want the ball in, because he has been hot from the free throw line tonight.
Jaron Hall, 17 points on the night.
Looks like Keegan Kuhn is going to come back in for the Vikings with 4 fouls.
It almost seems like they put Sperry in the first time we're seeing him just to come in and foul. Hall hits the first. which really is a smart move if you're a coach. Put a guy in off the bench that, is not just going to go in there and foul, and all he has to do is foul, get back out of the game, and put your offense back in.
Yep, you got 5 fouls to give, and you can't take them home with you.
Hall with 18 points after the free throw make, and that one rims in and out. And the Vikings coming back the other way.
Still a 2-possession game with the 3-pointers.
Blocked
by Cade Polson.
Ball's loose on the ground.
Get back on defense.
14 seconds, and Pleasant Grove wants to call a timeout to talk about it here.
Outstanding block by Cade Polson.
Polson just able to get up there. We'll see it in slow-mo. Gets his whole hand on the shot there, and then
great play by Cade Polson.
Little things defensively. And right there, a big.
Pleasant Grove had 2 guys set up on this three-point line. When they dumped it in, Cade Polson knew they were going to kick it back out, and he was ready.
So right there, setting up really well for the Golden Eagles of Maple Mountain. Came into this one 7-2. League opener, or I guess region opener, Tuesday night at Provo. Be a 7 o'clock tip-off. And then next Friday night, they'll be at Salem Hills.
This would be a great feather in this eagle tail if they can beat this Pleasant Grove team, give them their first loss of the season.
The Vikings will get Westlake at home on Tuesday, and then they go to play a very good American Fork team next Friday. 11 seconds to go in the game. Pleasant Grove's got to get something up quick. And Maple Mountain's not letting them have any decent look. Inside, Polson knocks it away. And this one's going to come to an end. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles are going to hold them off, and they're going to take this one 71-65 over the Pleasant Grove Vikings. Tonight, what a game, Maple Mountain.
Outstanding, Maple Mountain Golden Eagles.
A great way to end their non-region play and get ready for that crucial league opener coming up Tuesday at Provo.
We have the MVP Sports, MVP Player of the Game, and I think it has to go to Jaron Hall. He played an outstanding game.
Yeah, so our MVP Sports Player of the Game tonight goes to Jaron Hall. Hall ended up with 18 points on the night, and really you could tell the floor general out there tonight showing that leadership skills.
Yes, and, clutch free throws. He missed one tonight, but, all in all, taking that big pop in the nose, he was able to come back and lead his team.
And a very big win for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. The Golden Eagles improve to 8-2 on the year. They'll get ready for Tuesday night, their game at Provo at 7 o'clock. And then Friday they'll head to Salem Hills. That will be another 7 o'clock game. They'll be on the road. So Maple Mountain has to leave the friendly confines of their home and head out on the road to play Provo, led by a coach who has a good history here in Utah high school basketball of being successful and finding ways to win games. And they have to play a Salem Hills team that seems to just be going on the rise right now. That whole athletic program there at Salem Hills seems to be on the rise.
Oh yeah, Salem Hills, they have those 2 great move-ins, one especially Porter Gustin. So we'll see, we'll have a good measure of what the Golden Eagles are all about these first 2 games of region. But this one, enjoy this win, at least for tonight, and then get back to work on Monday and get ready to face the Provo Bulldogs.
The Provo Bulldogs await on Tuesday night for Maple Mountain. And Jerry, this game, a great way to end that non-league. You've got some of those kinks out. You had a game at the end where Maple Mountain really had to show that they can close out a game, and that's going to be a big lesson as they head into the region play.
And they closed it out comfortably. It got a little nerve-wracking there in the fourth, but with a 6-point lead to end the game, I'll take that.
Yeah, a very impressive win tonight for Maple Mountain. We'd like to thank our sponsors one more time. The Car Guys, located at 872 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. You can give them a call at 801-794-0077 or visit them at thecarguysut.net. We thank them for sponsoring all of our instant replays in which you have seen tonight. We'd also like to thank MVP Sports for sponsoring our MVP of the game, which tonight was Jaron Hall for his fantastic performance. MVP Sports is located at 72 North Main Street in Spanish Fork. You can give them a call at 801-798-3587, or you can visit them at mvpsportsutah.com. Before we wrap things up here, Jerry, any other final thoughts before we end our non-region broadcast and head into Region 8 play?
Final thoughts, my mind is blank.
All
It
right.
is blank.
Well,
I am just glad Maple Mountain pulled out this win. Outstanding. Congratulations, Coach Averett and the Golden Eagles. Outstanding win.
we'll go ahead and wrap this up. Our next live telecast here on Spanish Fork Community Network will be next Friday night, January 9th, as it will have the Wasatch Wasps will be over at Spanish Fork visiting the Dons. Once again, tonight, the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles victorious 71-65. I'm Ryan Pickens for the entire Spanish Fork Community Network team. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week.